They have had bad instances in the past with players like James Harden where, you go all in on a player and then you build an entire team around him, and if it just doesn't work, the team tanks and the team fails. And in the Rockets instance with James Harden, they put a lot of pieces around him. They put Chris Paul around him. They put Dwight Howard around him. They put Russell Westbrook around him. They put a lot of guys, and now he's with Joel Embiid and still not winning. So at what point do you say, is the problem James Harden? Is the problem the schemes? NBA basketball is hard and playoff basketball is rough. But, if James Harden time again doesn't show up when he's needed to show up, it makes you question the player, not the game in this instance.
Repetitive with him. It's just every year. Man, every year it's something different with James Harden. He's either playing with someone new or at this point on a new team, and it's just, to me, it just, like you said, that it's not working out.
I think part of the problem here with James Harden is going to be his focus. I don't think he's as focused and as dialed in as many championship athletes are supposed to be. You see it in time again where he's going to be going out to the club with a rapper or, missing training camp to hang out with Lil Baby in Paris.
Right.
But it doesn't really make sense to me. Where's your head at? Like Kobe used to be out here working out 3 o'clock in the mornings, 9 o'clock in the morning, noon. He'd work out 3-4 times a day. James Harden is out here maybe drinking 3-4 times a day. He's not taking it as serious as he should have as a max contract athlete. You'd expect a whole lot more from him. You'd expect a whole lot more. You expect a whole lot more commitment. I think what may be James Harden's problem is his game just doesn't transition well at that level. I think he's up and down. Highs are really high, lows are really low, and in playoff time, you can't do that.
No,
it's consistency, and you're gonna need you're gonna need to produce when it's time to produce. You can't just sit there and scratch your head and just not show up, especially in Philadelphia. Look at what they did to Ben Simmons. I'm wondering when the James Harden stuff is. It's not all his fault, but at the same time, he definitely does need to figure something out. And he definitely does need to be a little bit more of a leader and step up when it's time to step up. Look at Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler can lead the Heat whenever. Jimmy Butler will put everything into the game. Jimmy Butler will be so tired that he's going to lean down against a scorer's table and take a breath before he even gets back in the locker room. Jimmy Butler is ball first, rest last. James Harden has that Sixers team has potential. They got Embiid, they got Tyrese Maxey, they got James Harden. They got a lot of guys. This is one of the best teams that James Harden, actually, second best team. But it seems like when James Harden has he needs a smaller role. I think when James Harden has a smaller role, they have more success. Especially because when you look at the year that James Harden was the most successful in terms of how far he made it in the playoffs, he was a 6th man. James Harden made it to the finals with the Thunder, but he wasn't the one taking all the shots, because when you rely on someone that's not consistent, inconsistency will kill you. And in the NBA playoffs, you need to be on your game all the time. You need to be the Luka Doncic. You need to be the Steph Curry. So in this instance, Sixers are going to have to go back to the drawing board. The GM Daryl Morey traveled from Houston to Philly with Harden, so we still got the brains behind the operation over there, and you're still running into the same problems.
Yeah, bro, that's not good.
It's just repeated history. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. I think we might have to put Daryl Morey on an insanity test here soon.
Yeah.